Welcome back, Leela fans. I've been noticing that a lot of people are viewing my old install Leela on Arena video, and so a lot of dislikes. Really, that was just a quick one-off, one of my first chess videos, so I decided to try to do an update. In this video, I decided I'm going to go into a lot more detail and try to highlight some of the areas where you need to click, and my video editing skills have improved some, so hopefully this will be a lot more usable than my last video. Before we get too deeply into this install, one thing I should tell you is it's geared for Arena, so I'm assuming that you have Arena already installed and ready to go. So the first thing you need to do is go to lczero.org. There are a couple of ways you can download Leela, and that's the next step. You need to download the executable. Okay, the best way to go is to take the link labeled best, but the alternative is to click on GitHub, which is, I'm going to show you that way because it's actually, most people might go that way. Once you go that way, you got to click on this LC0 link I have circled. Then you come up with this screen. You may have to scroll down to see this. You have to click on the releases that I have circled. And now you get to this screen. I'm scrolling down on this screen. You will automatically get to this screen if you click on the first lczero.org best that I have listed as best. Now you have to make a decision on which executable build. I'm not really sure what the difference is between these, at least as far as the files are concerned, but the OpenCL is for the Radeon, the CUDA is for Nvidia GPU with the CUDA cores, and the BLAS is for, I hope I pronounced that right, is for the no GPU. You can see that at the end of the zip file name. So I clicked on the Windows CUDA because I have an Nvidia. When it gets done downloading, you go to the folder, the download folder, and you copy this zip file to your Leela folder. I would probably also do a virus scan on it just in case you got hit by a man-in-the-middle attack or something. But so I would extract it in your Leela folder, wherever that is on your machine. I have Chess Engines Leela folder, and then I have, I've lost count of how many versions of Leela in there. And so now you have it. You have the file. Now you're not going to be able to do anything with it unless you download a weights file. So that's the next step. We're going to download a weights file. So you go back to lczero.org. This time you click on Networks, which I have circled. That should bring up a screen with a long list of the nets that are currently being output from training. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for 41700 because I'm interested in trying out 41700. So I've seen some stuff on the forum. People are fond of that one. I think it ranks high on the independent testing. Went by it. There it is. So I'm going to download that one. There could be, when you actually view this video, there could be a lot of later weights output, maybe even a different training run by the time you see this. So whatever's current at the time you should be looking at. But for this video, we're looking at this one, and I renamed it. And copied it to the folder where the Leela folder where I unzipped the executable. Now the next step is to install it in Arena, which is the main theme of this video. up until this point, step 1 through 4, you would do for any GUI or command line tool that'll run it, like cutechess. Click on Engines, Install New Engine. If you follow what I did there, I clicked on Engines, Install New Engine, and now I'm browsing through my Leela folder looking for the place where I unzipped it. I extracted it. And now click on the lc0.exe, open that up, and that will bring up a couple of quick dialogues. LC0 runs UCI protocol, so that's okay. Do not start it yet. Just click on No, because we want to add a couple of things. So go into Engines, Manage. This brings up a big management dialog. Click on Details tab. And usually the last engine you install comes right up in here. Now what we want to do is we want to edit the name a little. And on my initial run through, I didn't put in the weight ID in the name, but you might want to do that too when you edit this part, when you edit the name. That's just so that you, if you're running multiple different programs, you can see, or even multiple different versions of Leela, you can see which one you're running when you configure it in a tournament, say. And then the command line, I'm just putting in the name that I renamed it to. I'm not really sure what the PB is, but that was in some of the other files that I downloaded. You probably don't even really need the .pb, but okay. So I don't have a path. I don't really remember the path to my logo file, but you can, if you download a logo file somewhere, you can configure that in the logo file. Now you got to click on Apply. Otherwise, it may not remember all the changes you did. And now we're going to kick off the engine. We're going to start it off with that button at the top. And this is where we're going to see if our install actually worked. So I'll play a little game against Leela. Briefly here, need to adjust the screen a little, the GUI layout a little bit so you can see some stuff. You can see it searching for a move. And it replied. So I'm going to make some adjustments to the screen because it's pretty whacked. So we're in the Spanish Open Berlin. That's how Arena classified it for me. So if you're not familiar with Arena, you can move some stuff around and make adjustments to it to make it look how you want. Success, we got Leela installed and it's running fine. So there you have it. We have installed LC0 in Arena and tested it, and it works. And so I'm going to call this a success. At least it is for me. So it's time for you to click on subscribe and like and all that. Hold on, not so fast. Maybe it doesn't work for you. Maybe you need a little more help than just getting this far, getting it installed. Step 6, troubleshooting. Okay, so it worked for me. What if it doesn't work? What if it fails to run when you kick it off? I'm going to show you a couple of things you can try to see if you can make it work for you as well as it does for me. What happens if you got an older GPU, or what happens if Leela doesn't search when you start your game off? Let's take a look at a couple of things you can try to do. What I would do first is go back to the place where you extracted LC0. Double click on the lc0.exe file, and if it gives you a block dialog, then just click on don't run and then right click and click on properties and then unblock it. Check the unblock, apply that, and okay. Then when you click it, it will run. And if it comes up and you get the LC0 line with a flashing cursor, you're halfway there. It should run. And when you type go, it should load up the weights file and start searching. And if it does all that, then LC0 is good and it should run in Arena. If it doesn't run, which could happen, you need to look into whether the latest drivers installed for your GPU, or possibly if it doesn't come up to the flashing prompt, it's most likely a problem with the GPU and the driver. If it doesn't search when you type go, there could be a problem with the weights file, and I would look into that. If it doesn't come up at all and it just crashes out, look at the driver, look at Nvidia's web page for the neural net, the CUDA neural net library, and I'm going to show that. I'm going to show you that page, and there are links off of that for finding out what's supported and what's not supported. So look at those links. Now, even if it runs up to the cursor, the flashing cursor, but doesn't search when you type go, it could be that your driver's okay and your weights are okay, but you just don't have an up-to-date GPU, and it's not up-to-date enough with the capacity as far as CUDA cores and memory to handle the size of the net that Leela has, in which case you will need to upgrade your GPU. So I hope this helps out as far as getting LC0 running. Next up, step 2 in troubleshooting. You can go into engines and debug, which is log window. It's called log window at the bottom of the engines menu. So click on engines, log window, and it brings up the debug screen. And in there, you'll be able to see what's going on with the communications between Arena and LC0. If there's any problem, you will be able to read that. Any error message, you'll be able to read that. Like, for example, if it can't load the weights file, or possibly you configured something on the command line and it doesn't work. Looking in there will help you. So that's all I have. Thank you for watching.